how the song is going to go. Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku. Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku. Chris Anu pas chiruma, Chris Anu pas chiruma, Chris Anu. Ambazonia pas Cameroon, Ambamba, Ambazonia pas Cameroon, Ambamba. Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku. Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku, Ambazonia pas Cameroon, Ambamba. Ambamba pas Cameroon, Ambamba, Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku. Ayaba pas Cameroon, Ayaba chopas Cameroon, Ayaba. Akwanga passport bia, Akwanga passport bia, Akwanga. Sisiku passport bia, Boya pas Yaoundé, Bebeya pas Yaoundé, Bebeya. Ambazonia pas la République, Ambamba, Ambamba pas la République, Ambamba. Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku passport bia, Sisiku. Listen very attentively. Mama no dey ho, Papa no dey ho. If you want kill me, make I go forever loyal to Ambazonia. Papa no dey ho, Mama no dey ho. If you want kill me, make I go forever loyal to Ambazonia. Papa no dey ho, Auntie no dey ho. You and the look am ho, hey you the clap hand ho. If they want kill away, make we go forever remain Ambazonians. Fellow comrades, Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, you're welcome to this special live show. I want to tell you people, and I want to make one pledge, that I have offered my life for this struggle, and until I get to Boya, I'm not going to stop. And I want to tell Mr. Biya today in clear terms that he has only one exit strategy. For him to get out of the crisis, out of this conflict, is just one point to touch. And that point is a referendum where only the 8 or 10 million Southern Cameroonians are going to vote for their rights. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you sincerely. When you join, you share, you invite. Let's have everybody watching this show today, Sunday, because it is necessary for me to make very clear points. I understand your plight, I understand your concerns, I understand the strikes and how far we've gone, yet we seem to be dancing at times. And that is because some individuals in this struggle, I'm going to call names today, and without prejudice, it is just my responsibility to bring some of these people to book. Do not forget that Ambazonia is a country that has long gained its independence since 1961. And we're only trying to restore that independence, and we will hold anybody, whether a francophone or anglophone, that tries to stand on the way of this independence. May I also say this clean and clear, that any Ambazonian who would at any time try to undermine this struggle will be arrested. I want to let you know one thing. I will start first and foremost, because we already have a crowd that is following, to let the people, I will look at the points that I've jotted that I was going to talk about today, because there are a lot of things I will talk about. I don't want to forget any of those. And I want the people to understand one thing. We will start with the 12 million gambit of La République du Cameroon. And it gives me pleasure and delight to make very serious announcements. I will start on this program with this 12 million, and I will bring it interwoven with my message to Anglophone bishops. Now, I want all the men of God, the religious authorities on Ground Zero, to get me very well. I want you to quote me anywhere. My name is Eric Tato. I will say this, and I'm saying it on live video, that I respect all the men of God. And just to emphasize, I followed an audio where somebody was saying that the Catholic mission is giving poison goods to refugees and internally displaced persons. That is not true. The audio said the bed sheets and all whatnot, they are rubbed with chemicals that will affect people in the future. That is not true. That is not true. The Catholic Church has been very instrumental in this struggle. Especially, I want to salute with all honesty the Bishop of Mamfe, his Lordship Anglophone, for the wonderful work he has done to sustain some internally displaced persons. However, I have a message for these bishops. I want to say that since the beginning of this crisis, all what the Catholic Church has donated has come from the church coffers and from people of goodwill, not from the government. And so we respect all the gifts that the Catholic Church has been given to our refugees and to our internally displaced brothers and sisters. And so I want by extension to tell the Bishop of Mamfe, the bishops of Boya, Kumba, Kumbu, and of course the Bishop or the Archbishop of the Metropolitan Archdiocese of Bamenda that we appreciate their good works. And to tell Southern Cameroonians that all the gifts that have come from the church, the Roman Catholic Church, have been genuine and have been from the heart of the men of God. There has never been any poison gift, and it has never come from the government. I know this because I follow up stories on the ground. And so we do not want people to bring conspiracy theories between us and the church. So we don't want the government to take an advantage of the situation and exploit it. However, this is where I want to stand. I've said that I appreciate the Catholic Church, especially the Bishop of Mamfe. And after this, I'm going to make a declaration, and I want all the bishops, the priests, to listen very attentively. Now, we are in a revolution. We appreciate your support. All the gifts that the Bishop of Mamfe went to acquire to give the refugees to Nigeria, all those are genuine gifts from the bishop's heart and from the other stakeholders who supported, including the lawyers of the common law lawyers also supported the bishop to give some of those gifts. We have all those facts. The government has never assisted the Catholic Church to do any of those things. Where we have seen pictures where a certain reverend sister was receiving some money from the military. That is not even a concern for now. But this is the point I want to make. I want to say that in as much as we respect these men of God, I want this note to particularly go down their brains that Eric Tato is saying that it is not going to be business should any man of God at any point get involved in this BR 12 billion gambit. I want them to listen. Now, you know, BR calls this emergency relief plan. Let me tell you something. If you want to relieve somebody, you have his father in jail. The first relief is to release that person's father. You cannot kill my brother. You arrest my father. You lock up my father in jail. And then, just a minute, please. Okay, thank you. I have to pick up something. You arrest my father. You lock up my father in jail. You ask for 200 million. 200 million for a man who did not commit any crime. And then you turn back to start contributions for 12 million to go and give goods or basics or stuff to that man's child. I want to tell the government that I want to narrow it down to Manchum BBC and others. But I want to use Manchum BBC because he's the father of this revolution. Manchum BBC's child, Elijah Manchum, has been without his father since Manchum's arrest. He is also an internally displaced child. As young as 4 or less, that child has gone through trauma. If Mr. BR thinks he has a conscience and he wants to solve this Anglophone crisis, he should start by releasing Manchum so that the first relief, the first emergency relief that the little Elijah will have will be his father out of jail. You cannot detain somebody. You ask for 200 million, a criminal without a crime, and you come to tell us that you want to come and give gifts. Listen very attentively. Quote me anywhere. My name is Eric Tato. In war, when you have an issue, you must kill first before you are being killed. I want to tell the bishops that I know that La Republic will come and use them to give them gifts to give our people. Any bishop, priest, reverend sister, any man of God, whether in the apostolic, Roman Catholic Church, Baptist, any church, if you receive any gift from the government, we will kill you and burn that church down. God will stand us as a witness. I'm saying this because I don't want it to happen and you said you were not told. Any church, whether you're a bishop, I respect the bishops. I respect men of God. But we have come at the point where We are at war. And it's not an assumption. It is a full-fledged conviction that Mr. Bia is going to poison these things before they bring to our people. So, to be on the safe side, we want any bishop, church, priest, reverend sister, anybody, if you touch anything from Bia, we'll kill you. Listen, all of you on Grand Zero, quote me anywhere, my name is Eric Tato. If any bishop, any man of God, I've said that we respect them, they should not get involved with government politics. We will accept all gifts from the church in the name of the church. But if the government comes to use you as a representative of a community and you accept that, my goodness, trust me, we will arrest you, take you somewhere, cut your both hands, send you back to come and give the message to the congregation. When you are done, we come and take you and kill you. Because we are at war. If you support the enemy, you are an enemy. Listen, I want to be quoted anyway. This video, I say it, I'm not scared, because it is internationally backed by laws. If you are at war, somebody declares war on you, calls you a terrorist. How does it sound if Buhari were to say that they want to go and do relief, emergency relief to Boko Harams? They want to go to Boko Haram members and give them gifts. That is what they call us. They say we are Boko Haram members. So, how will it sound if you hear that kind of statement? It means Buhari is plotting to kill those people. Now, that was just an anecdote. We are not even terrorists. We are not even separatists. We are restorationists. We want our country back. And I've started with the priests. Now, I want to go. The bishops have gotten my message very clean and clear. We will not see. God is going to defend us on this. I've said it and God is watching. That any bishop or priest that will involve in this gambit will be killed and the church will be burnt. Trust me. Because you cannot allow. What if you are a bishop or you are a priest or you are a pastor? What parameters do you have to test those gifts to make sure that they are not poison? You don't have them. If Bia had a lot of conscience, the SDO from Manu would not have blocked Aya Foundation from going to Nigeria the first time. They don't care about us. We don't care about them. And the line has been drawn. We do not want anything to do with our republic. If you take that gift in your church, we will burn down that church. Listen, take my name to the American immigration. That I said that they should burn down your church and kill a priest. And I will tell the American government that yes, because you know that in self-defense, you must kill before you get killed. And we know that this priest that has taken this gift is conniving with the regime to kill us because those gifts have been poisoned. There is no way you can take an emergency relief to a population that your soldiers are still massacring. There is no way. Nobody on earth is going to believe that. Who does that? I want to ask you. That you are still killing people in Bamenda. Just 2 days ago, you saw a taxi man killed. You have heard about the situation I'm explaining to you in Forawa. Bambui, Bambili, Bamuka, Indo. You hear they are killing people. Ekona, in Kembong, everywhere they are killing people. And we cannot say that you are making an emergency relief fund for people you are still killing. It doesn't work. So any priest who wants to be on the safe side, any bishop should stay out of this game. I say it because I love the clergy and I want that their blood should not be on our hands. But it is justice to kill any priest who will receive a gift from the government to give us. With that said, I go to the elites. Now, I do not want to emphasize on the fact that I'm being targeted. That one is not news. It's no longer news to me. I know. And I am not afraid because I'm smoke. You know, you cannot catch smoke. There is no way. So I want to tell these elites. I will read this list first from Kupe Maninguba. And I will tell Ngole and Paul along one thing. Listen to this list. If you hear their names, remind them that I have said that they're in trouble. Big trouble for them. Now, I have a list here that I'm going to read. Some elites in Kupe Maningba. I want to start with you people before I go to other counties. We have this list. Elon Porche. He's from, I want to tell you, I know your location. He's from Basen. and he's a Deputy Secretary General at the Presidency of the Republic. Elon Poche. He's from Basang. I might have a little difficulty pronouncing those correctly, but just get the point. There's Ngole Philip Ngwese from Muko. He's former Minister of Forestry. There is Ngole Ebis from CAC. He's Director of CPDM Academy. There is Bob Muntenk from CAC, Member of Parliament for Tombe. We also have here Mbule Valentine from Mwambong. He's Director of State Treasury in Kumba. We have here Ngome Kome from Mpuku. He's Mpaku. He's former Minister of Transport. We have Metuga Akama Manfred from this should be from Ebonim. We have Mbela Makoge from Mwanjeke. You know, these are names that I have to take time to pronounce them. Of course, you know, we have Kang Johnny Mbwange from Mpuku. No, that's Mpaku, not Mpuku, Mpaku. We have Ebong Ngole Philip from Enyangdong. He's member of CPGM Political Bureau. Those are elites from Kupe Maningba. I'm naming their names and their villages. We have Mbong Michael from Nyane, Deputy General Manager of I didn't get this clearly though, but he's Deputy General Manager of one of the companies. We have Thomas Ekane from Ninong, former Deputy General Manager of one of Mr. Bia's companies. We have Nkwale Ekane from Minong, he's former Cameroon British High Commissioner. We have Oke Johnson from Mboka in Nguti. He's General Manager of CSPH. You know where Elon Paul just came from. That's Oke Johnson from Mboka. Mboka is along Nguti Road. We have Zombong Tene from Nimbong, former parliamentarian. There's Ashu Mbanda George from Nguti, he's parliamentarian. There's Njok Ntube Ndonde from Ninong, he's senator. There's Charlie Makoge from Ninong, that's former SDO from Meme. There is Bernard Ndonde from he's former SDO of Ndonga Mantong. Okay, there is Ekwage Joseph from Egusi. He's president of Kupe Maningba Chief Conference. Justice Njume Leslie from Nyasoso, he's Supreme Court Judge. Mr. Mbole from Ninong, Director of Social Affairs of Forestry. There is Ediage Herbert from Nyasoso, former Director General Ministry of Culture. Then for some military men, we have Colonel Sone Ajang from Bangem and Colonel Kome from Ngumbo and Captain Ngwese from Bangem. So these are Kupe Maningba elites, some of whose name I've just read. May I have not probably have some of their villages correctly pronounced, but it's thereabout. Now, I want them to listen. And I pass the message, the general message to other elites, because I've talked a lot about my elites, and I'm still going to tell Mengo and Tabetando and the rest of the elites in all the other counties, from Ndian to Meme to Kupe Maningba that we just read, right up to Fako. You go to other counties in the northwest, like Mezam, to Momo, to Ngokitunja, to Boyo, and of course to Bui, and all those areas. I want to say this, that we know your plans. And for these people, these particular names that I've read from Kupe Maningba, I am going to personally supervise your arrest if you ever step your foot in Kupe Maningba. All these names that I've read here, it's not about Elon Paul and Ngole, all of them. If they ever come to Kupe Maningba, they will be arrested. And when we arrest them, because we assume that they have guns and weapons to kill our people, we arrest them and chop off their limbs so that they will not be able to kill us. This is war. And people who have not known, let them know. I've taken time. I have names of all elites from all the counties. I've just read Kupe Maningwa for them to know that I have their names and I know their villages. And it is not difficult for me to ensure that they are arrested. And let me say this. If you see any of these elites, take note, those of you in Kupe Maningwa, if you see any of these elites in this 12 million donation gambit, the first thing that you have to do is that move to their residence, where they live, all their houses. You have to burn them down to ashes. Ask me why. I'm going to explain. Because these elites, they want to take poison goods and come and store in those houses to use in killing our people. They want to take weapons from the government of Mr. Biya to come and store in those houses to use in killing our people. So you have the obligation, the responsibility. In fact, it is a paramount obligation. It is a necessary good for you to burn down the house or houses of any elite in your locality that is still siding with the regime. Because as you already know, this 12 million is not, we cannot stop them from doing those donations, but they cannot bring it to Ambazonia because we don't need that money. This 12 billion, we don't need it. So if any elite, you have seen all of them, I've read their names here, those of them from Kupe Maningwa, you have to start with them. Start with their houses so that they will not have the spaces to come and store those goods that they will take from Yaoundé, those poison goods. So this is not about a joke. Listen, you have to burn them down, and if they ask you in any place, any international court, that will ask you to burn those houses, tell them that is Eric Tato. I'm saying it on record because it is your right to defend yourselves. And one of the ways you can defend yourself is by burning the house of an enemy in war. The United States of America will not spare a warring country or an enemy. They will go and bomb the places that they suspect. That is why they asked North Korea to bomb their nuclear base. If they didn't do it, America would have done it themselves. Until that is done, we are not free. We will not allow these elites. Listen, those of you on Kupe Maningwa, Elon Poche, Ngole Elvis, Ngole Philip Mwese, and the rest of those people whose names I've mentioned. I want you to know that I know your addresses, both in your villages and in Yaoundé. It is very easy for me to get you. And I want to assure you that so long as you side with the regime, me, Eric Tato, I'm going to take the responsibility to make sure that you are down. If you know that you are not with the regime in Yaoundé, I've given you a condition. And this is internationally recognized. Write a disclaimer in your name, not as a group. In your name, saying that you denounce what Mr. Biya is doing. You are not in Yaoundé. You are not contributing. You don't know anything about this 12 billion. We will save you. We will make sure that you are protected. But if you do not, your houses will be burned down because we cannot allow you to come and store goods, poison goods from Yaoundé. We will not allow you. We will never allow you. It will not happen in our country. It will never happen. And I want all those elites to know. Mendot and Tabetando, Elon Poche, Atanganji Pro, Peter Mafane Musonge, Philemon Yang, all of you, take note. Chuma is fooling you, and people are following him. But we will deal with you one-on-one. One-on-one. This is not a joke. If you doubt it, wait and see what will be happening in the next couple of weeks in Kupe Maningwa. I've told the boys there, take the responsibility. The boys in Manu are already doing their job. We will make sure that any elite who is still in Yaoundé and is planning to bring us 12 billion poison goods will burn down their houses so that they will not have any storage point. Burn them down and tell them that Eric Tato asked you to do that. Nothing is going to happen to North Ambazonia. We are already free and we must make sure that we get right there to Boya. With that said, I want to say this. Just excuse me, I'll have to pick this up again. I'll have to say this. For people who do not understand, I want to talk about, for some Francophones and some few Ambazonians who still think we are joking. No, we are not. I want to say it that I have just been watching, but I look at it and I still see no remorse. I see no remorse amongst Francophones. Francophones don't care about us. And let them listen now that I'm taking extra measures. If the interim government, or you see, people, Ambazonians, who were criticizing the move for Francophones to go out, they have started trying to play politics that some should go, some should remain. And this, by extension, is a reply to General Ivo. I want to tell General Ivo that I respect him as a ground force, and he's doing a great job. But he wants to be careful because he's not above this struggle. And if you are not objective, you take an audio or video of General Ivo, you put on social media talking something that is contrary to what the population wants. Now, General Ivo said a lot of things. Those attacking vehicles, going to Kumba and the rest, is wrong. I've said it, and I've cried out loud on that. Now, what General Ivo does not understand is this. When we say that we are on an operation to clean the house, there is no exception, because you might make an exception and leave the worst enemy in that group. It is not, we don't have problems with Francophones. We don't have problems with Bambelkis. But for now, we are at war. I don't want all these gimmicks, all these up and down La Republic can come and harm them. Yes, La Republic will harm them and put it on us. But if they don't go, we will also harm them. Let it be clear that all Francophones have to leave our country. It is simple. It's not something that we're supposed to be talking forth and back and bringing politics in the matter. Any Francophone that does not leave, arrest the Francophone. Arrest the Francophone and send the person out by force. This is not a romance, it's a revolution. We don't want people talking about, oh, Bambekis and this. There is no exception. If you're a Francophone, you have to go. It's simple. Listen, let me tell you something. These people don't care about us. You see how they kill people and they mock us. If the Francophones care, the soldiers cannot kill 20 million people. The other 20 million people that are left in the other 8 regions would have woken up to the crisis and said, no, stop killing Anglophones. How many Francophones have you seen them saying this? On social media, they bully us. I am the only activist whose page is most visited by Francophones. Go and read the comments there. They call me a terrorist. I will teach them that I'm a real terrorist now. What nonsense. Listen, if you get any Francophone, listen very well. Quote me anywhere, my name is Eric Kato. If the Francophone don't want to go, teach them a bitter lesson. Give them short sleep. Tell them I told you to do that. Enough is enough. You cannot stay. People are provoking you. They take information and give the military. They come and kill you and you say that we should select. Select what? If you are a Francophone, go back to your place. Hold your land documents. Hold your house documents. I have not asked that you should destroy your property. But if you stay, we are going to destroy your property. Now, go back. When we have had our independence finally, the two governments will come together and they will reconcile according to international law who has properties here and who has this way. And people will see own their property as properties owned across international borders. It's simple. But for now, we don't want any Francophone in our country. Call me anywhere. No Francophone. And now, I was talking about activating BR200. I continue to talk about Francophones. I'll still come back to this General Ivo issue and ADF and Red Dragon. Now, there is this intel that some soldiers have been sent to Ambazonia to start renting in our quarters and getting information and killing Amber boys. It is simple to solve this problem. I want landlords to listen. I want all the landlords to listen. This is a message to the landlords. For landlords, any landlord who is on ground zero, this is a message for you. Do not accept any new tenant in your house. When they come, tell them that you have no more space. They will not force you. And this is what is going to happen if you take a new tenant when you don't know the tenant. And if somebody leaves Bakingre and comes to Manfe, or leaves Nguti and goes to Moyoka and says that he's looking for a house, so long as you don't know that person, but he speaks one of our languages or speaks English well, don't rent to that person. The person should have somebody to do a kind of vetting to be sure that that person is truly Ambazonian. Once you suspect, those of you on the ground soldiers, if you see any new person that comes to your quarter and the landlord gives that person a house, burn down the house, because the landlord is contributing in giving spies accommodation. Now, if any landlord takes a new strange tenant, I call it new strange tenant, burn the house, and the other landlords will learn. This is war, and in war, you don't hold me responsible for trying to teach my people how to defend themselves. If you misinterpret the meaning of self-defense for terrorism or violence, that is your business. But what I'm preaching here is self-defense. If any landlord rents, listen, those of you on ground zero, if any landlord rent a house to a strange new tenant, burn down the whole of that compound. Other landlords will learn. Do not joke with this advice I'm giving you. It's the only way we are going to survive. We don't do that, we'll have spies in our midst. And for us not to have spies, we have to make sure that landlords will help us 1,000,000%. We will not have spies anymore. If landlords don't know, if there is any strange thing, we're going to burn down the houses. Another issue about BR200. All those of you who are on Ground Zero, you know where those soldiers live. Some of them don't live in camps. They rent in the quarters. When they leave to go to the bushes or anywhere to go and fight our people, go back, break into their houses, burn all their properties. They want to come back from the bush where they are going to try to kill our people. They will not have any other mattresses or whatever to sleep on. That is the new approach. We have to make sure that life becomes so unbearable for them. We have to ensure that we make them understand that we own our land and not the other way out. For people who don't know, this fight will only stop at one point, Boya. I want to say that so long as I put my hands and God's hands are on my head, the only place I'm going to stop is Boya. For those who don't know, Ambazonia is long free, but we're only waiting for time and for the right time. Now, I want us to listen about this. This very crucial point I want to talk about, which is going to hang a lot on Ambazonians. You have the responsibility, brothers and sisters, to probably understand one thing. I want to extend my sincerest gratitude to the American ambassador. Before we were cat and rat, but he corrected his mistakes. I also want to thank the population of Israel. You already see that La Republic is finished. Completely finished. And reason why they're having all these diplomatic slaps. We'll keep on, we'll push on, and we'll keep pushing on. You must have heard of the Congress briefing that is coming up in Washington, D.C. I've said that on that day, I'm going to make sure that I stop any activity. I must be there to hear what they're going to talk about my country. So you have the responsibility to come over there. After this, I'm going to confirm the exact date and put the flyer on my wall. So others of you are following, please. If you are following me and you are not my friend, you have just been invited because my friend request is full, just go to my page and click follow on Eric Tato so that anything I post, you are going to see. After this, I'm going to post a couple of things to give some clarifications on the date and the venue of that event here in Washington, D.C. Now, I want to talk about Sisiku, Ayok Tabe Julius, and the other people who were arrested, and I also talk about the wife. Now, you know, some people watch my old videos and they didn't understand. And I want to say that for those who said that Sisiku was in charge, can they come and apologize to the Ambazonian community? This goes directly to Success Nkumu. Success Nkumu has, to an extent, I've been watching and staying quiet, but I knew an opportunity will come. He has, to an extent, a little extent, you know, succeed in trying to cause division, in trying to sabotage a lot of warriors in this struggle, especially the interim government that he has problems with, because since the departure of Sisiku, Success has been unable to get money from the interim government. And that's why he thinks that he can come and then try to continuously sabotage the interim government and then try to create confusion, as he knows a lot about Sisiku and all of that. I've said that every day, God is putting the enemies to shame. We cannot have people who want to destroy the struggle by simply, they want only two things. They want M and N. Name, money, and name. M and M, money, and name. They don't care about the A, which is Ambazonia. They care less about the A. They want name. They want to make a name. They want to make money. That's what they care about. I want to urge you guys to be extremely careful with Dr. Success Nkumu, if ever he's a doctor. I've never spoken about him, but we have had a couple of confrontations where we talk on phone. And I've told him, I watch people. I respect everybody. And I only talk about people when it's necessary. We must talk about people because we say in communication that the event and the event maker are inseparably linked. It means that you cannot talk about the presidency of the United States of America without talking about its president, which is Donald Trump. You can't talk about the crisis in Cameroon without talking about beer. That's why you cannot write a story without the name of the person who is creating the event or the person who has been affected. So I want to tell Dr. Success that He has to desist from this divisive policy. Because so long as I remain Eric Tato, I'm going to put everybody on the desk. Success said that Sisiku was in charge. I said that Sisiku was in set and that Nalowa was not extradited. You go a long time ago. 3 weeks ago, I talked with some people of the ADF. I talked with some people of the interim government. I talked particularly with Ashu Kingsley. I talked with some of my neighbors here. We had a meeting in Washington, D.C., where we were about 50 of us. They are not some of the people who are at the meeting that are watching me. And they asked me to talk about Sisiku, and I told them one thing. That Sisiku, in fact, if I go through my WhatsApp and show you a screenshot of some discussions 3 weeks ago, I wrote to some of my friends in Atlanta that Sisiku court case for Sisiku and co envisaged. So I'm just saying that even my brother John Baku, I had confirmed to him that Sisiku is in set. I confirmed to a lot of people, and the truth is that I have not spoken to any of the lawyers who spoke to who said they've seen Sisiku, but I spoke with somebody 3 weeks ago who went to set and spoke with Sisiku and told me that I should not broadcast it. I should talk privately with people, because as soon as the regime knows that I have this information, they can change their minds. And I'm only saying it now because I try to keep patience, not to be the first to break the news, because it was important for me to hold myself and not wanting to get credit for being the first. I informed Sikot in Finland or Sweden. Sikot is watching me, and other members in Sweden. I talked to Ervison Bank. I talked to a lot of friends and to some other members of the IG that Sisiku was in set, and in the days ahead he will be meeting his lawyers. And I said that secret should be kept, that information should be kept very secret. So just to confirm that, I want to tell most of you watching don't know where Sisiku's wife is, but I can authoritatively tell that Sisiku's wife is here in the US. Some people would say to me that why did you release her whereabouts? No, to be in the US is big. The US has 50 states. I'm not going to mention her state, but I'm going to give a message to Sisiku's wife, Mrs. Ayuk Tabe. I have a message for you, and this is the message. I can you don't know that I know that you're in the US, but my sources, I can authoritatively confirm that you are in the United States and you're in one of the states and you are safe and you are sound and you have protection of the American government. Now, it's just to tell that I knew about the Sisiku stuff and I've avoided trying to get credit on, because when you report something and it gets a little bit complicated, people say, oh, these things do not go like this because you are the one reported. But be rest assured that Sisiku and the rest of those who have been arrested, they are sound and safe and they're in Yaoundé. If you go to my post on the 2nd of February, I said that Nalowa was not extradited. And 99% of those who commented at the time, when I was so hated, said that was fake news. But after a while, it came to be exactly correct. And today, I'm confirming to you in confidence and with authority that Sisiku is sound, they are alive, and they have spoken to their lawyers. In fact, one of the persons who spoke to them, I have information about the lawyer's name. He spoke to them. The lawyers from the Muna's chambers, not Muna directly. And other people have spoken to Sisiku 3 weeks ago, and they confirmed to me. And we hear a short video will be out in the future to ascertain Sisiku's whereabouts. Now Sisiku's wife, just to let people know that this is some information I had all 3 weeks ago, but I kept it secret because I was going to come out. Sisiku's wife is here in the US. All of you watching don't know, but I'm telling you in my name as Eric Tato. And why am I saying this? I'm not going to release her whereabouts. So the truth is that with due respect, with all honesty and modesty, with humility, not trying to sound like you have this information before everybody, it's just to give us hope for us to know what's going on. Now, if you join this show, please share extensively and invite people to watch, because we have a lot to say. Now, this is my message for Sisiku's wife, Mrs. Ayuk Tabe. I want to tell you one thing. You watching, if you're not watching, I'm going to tell you that Eric Tato is saying that I don't know if you are having a romance with La Republic. I'm not saying that you're having one, but you have been so quiet. There is no reason why you should be quiet when your husband has been arrested 7 months ago. You are supposed to be a strong woman like the Winnie Mandelas. You're supposed to be like the Obamas, like the women that have fought for freedom. So I urge Sisiku's wife to start coming out live, giving interviews on international television, talking to the press on how the government has illegally arrested the husband, on how they have kept them incommunicado. You have to press this because the international community will see us as though we are joking sometimes, because even the man's immediate family is not crying. How can they keep your husband incommunicado for this long and you stay quiet? I stayed quiet, but now you are in the US. You are not going to go back. You are not going to go back. You are protected in this country and nothing is going to happen to you. So I urge you, Mrs. Ayotabe, as you are listening to my voice, I tell you with wisdom, with strength, with power, that you have to get up now or never. This is the time for you to cry for your husband. Your husband will not go to that kangaroo court. He will be freed and become the president of Ambazonia before he hands over to other people. You have to stand tall because that is what has happened. Manchon BBC's son has come live on my page. You are in the US, create a Facebook account, come live as often as possible. 8 million Ambazonians will be your followers. We will make sure that you are protected. I know where you are, I know the state that you are in, but I'm simply saying that you are in the United States. This is confirmed information. And you have been so quiet, and you cannot continuously be quiet, Mrs. Ayotabe. You have to come out as strong as possible. This crisis will take a completely different turn if you start talking. Talk to BBC. Talk to CNN. The interim government should take you to all these channels. Talk to them. Cry to them. Rule on the floor. Go to the office of a congressman in the United States. Go to this place and tell them that no, enough is enough. They must release my husband. Ambazonia is independent. Talk like Winnie Mandela. Talk like all the Miriam Makebas who they have a lot of songs out there. They put out for freedoms. Mrs. Ayotabe, the time is now or never. If you don't talk now, you will never talk again. Fight for your husband. Do not think, some people say, oh, it's not safe. Yeah, is your husband safe? You think I don't have a family? I have a wife. I have children, but I still talk like this. I'm not scared because anyhow, somehow, a man is going to die when he's going to die. It doesn't matter. There's one thing that is noted. You will die when you have to die. You have to talk, madam. You have to talk. You are the first lady. You matter in this struggle. When do you want to speak, madam? You are in the US and you cannot allow these people to continuously keep your husband incommunicado. We are happy that your husband is alive. I announced it long ago. I have not changed it. Sisiku was taken to set. He is there. But why is the wife quiet? Madam, have you been bribed? What is the problem? You have a strong voice now. You are in the US, and this is the time for you to fight for your husband. If you don't fight now, you will never have the chance. And posterity is going to judge you, madam. Mrs. Ayotabe, we respect you. We feel your grief. We know how you sound. We know what you're going through. But madam, sometimes you must fight to be a man. You must fight to be a man. Madam, you are the man person. You are the man person standing now. Talk to the press. Come on live shows. Go on Twitter. How they have arrested your husband. Sisiku is not an ordinary prisoner. BR wants to use Sisiku as his joker to end this crisis. That's why I told people that there is no way Sisiku can be killed. There is no way. I have my phone falling down every time. I'll have to pick it up. Excuse me. Now, with that said, Mrs. Ayotabe, you are in the US, and I've told you in confidence that I know you are here. So stand up now and make sure you fight for your husband and for the liberation of Ambazonia. No, I don't think she has been compromised. She needs somebody to talk to her conscience, to talk the fear out of her. We have to fight. We are fighters. Your husband was a fighter. He is a fighter. I urge you, madam, come out from your senior chair and talk to the people. Tell them that it's now or never. Now, to the most crucial point, the Red Dragons. the ADF, and the manipulation of the population. I want to say this, and I do not hold any grudge about anybody. And I've stayed quiet for long, and I'll say this with facts. And this is a clear warning to my friend, brother, comrade, and compatriot, Tapang Ivo. I know he loves when his name is being called. That's what he likes. But I want to say this to all of you. I respect everybody in this struggle. I only say things when it's necessary. And I'll also pass a brief message to Ayabacho, Comrade Ayabacho. You remember, all of you watching me, long time ago, there was a controversy here about an attack in Bechati. And the ADF came and claimed responsibility. And I told the ADF it was a lie. And Comrade Ayaba said, okay, yeah, it can be a lie, but it was block by block. That was great. And I told them that I have a video of a group or part of the group that's working in the BLM. And I posted, without trying to take credit, all of you watched that video. I was the first activist. In fact, if we are 10 million Southern Cameroonians, there was one man who put that video first on social media. The Red Dragon video. That was Eric Tato. The first person. All other activists, including Tapang, who is not claiming that the Red Dragon is his group, only copied that from my wall 20 or more hours after. Go to our profiles, go and check. Look at who posted that video first. Because you cannot have a group and another man has a video as sensitive as that before you. Now, when I posted that video, a lot of people who are of the ADF, I'm going towards unity. I'll end this video talking about unity and my sincere conclusion on what I think about some of these our brothers. When I posted that video, 90% or all who are of the ADF came and said that group was La Republic. Because they have sophisticated guns, they are this, oh, it's La Republic group. You see, they want to jail Sisiku. That's why they have called a certain Sisiku. I laughed. Because I knew that a day will come when they will take the gun and shoot themselves on their legs. Because they mentioned Tapan, that they mentioned a certain general, which was all the way the video was directed in order not to cause confusion or to create suspicion at the international scene. Everybody knows who owns that group. That group is under the Ambazonian Security Council. And we don't want to talk on social media who owns the group. I told Mark Barretta, my friend that I respect, because he's doing a great job. I told him that, are you seeing what Tapang is doing, calling Red Dragon his group? Mark told me that, leave it is propaganda, let Tapang do it so they will remove eyes on our people. I said, okay, good, if that's only propaganda, that's fine. I now become shocked that Tapang comes to say that the Red Dragon is his group. What Tapang does not even know anything about the Red Dragon. He has never known anything about the Red Dragon. And I want ambassadors to listen very carefully. When I finish, I'm going to issue a personal warning to Tapang. Because I'm saying in the United States, listen, Tapang is here with me. If Tapang jokes to destroy this struggle, I'm going to arrest him here in the US. I will cause his arrest. I will cause his arrest in this America. I want to say this very clearly. Somebody say stop calling somebody's name. Do you think that you can say something that somebody do without calling the person's name? You have to call the name. I'm only activists not afraid to call names. Some of them think that they call my name on their show, I'll become popular. I don't care about that. Where you see they talk about activists, they dodge. Okay, take for example, I've made huge contributions. Have you seen on the wall of any activist? No, they have not put it. Because why do you think that an activist contributes from his pocket? Everybody who might make a pledge has received their money. ADF has received through Waters Kayaka. Aya Foundation has received through a person that has sent. Destiny Encounter of Apostle Fritz Takan has received. The other orphanages have received. The IG has received. I've given everybody here on my Bank of America account. It's not because I have a lot, because I have to encourage people. Why did the activists not publish what I did in order to encourage people to contribute? No, they cannot, because it's Eric Tato. I want us to listen. Of this Red Dragon thing, I want to put an end to it. Today, Tapang says the Red Dragon is an elite squad of the ADF, and Comrade Ayaba is clapping, he's happy. The same Comrade Ayaba and his gang who said that the ADF was the Red Dragon was La Republic. You know, if Tapang is somebody who knows how to talk even lies and all of that, if Tapang knew anything about the Red Dragon, he would have long been publishing issues about the Red Dragon. How come that Tapang is the owner of the Red Dragon and Eric Tato had a video 20 hours before him? How is it possible? Tapang is a person who does not have control with his fingers when it comes to social media. So, yes, listen, when I say this thing, I can arrest Tapang if he continues to disturb this struggle. I will arrest him and keep him until after the independence before I release him. I want people to listen. Listen, I respect Tapang, his works. He has done a great job. But it seems as if the young man is overstayed his usefulness in this struggle. And increasingly, he's trying to destroy the struggle. Increasingly, he's trying to destroy the struggle. And I don't have problems calling somebody's name. What I want to say is that I also blame Mark Barita because he has the powers, just as I do, to come out and call Tapang that stop this rubbish about you claiming to be Red Dragon. But Mark has never said it because all of them are involved in a romance. This is not what we're supposed to do at this time. At this time, we're supposed to bring... Now, Comrade Ayaba is claiming unity, the collaboration conference in Canada or whatever. But look at the kind of interviews he gives to Tapang. A completely divisive interview. Look at the people like this Ship World, Nambi's World, and people post about every time they're attacking the IG, they're attacking this. You have not seen any IG person talking about ADF or trying to attack people. Why is it that each time we want to go in front, people try to draw us behind and some people don't see that? That's the question I'm asking. Why is it so? Is it not enough reason that they have killed enough people and that people have to concentrate? Tapang goes to Walmart and buys boots and some things for $100. Those cheap things. He comes to social media, he's showing them. Are those weapons? What's Tapang saying? So until I hear that some people are contributing, I have received that somebody sent money to Tapang through Western Union for Red Dragon. Are you people not sick that you take your money to give to a rat to eat? How is that possible? I'm saying this because it's too much. And we have to stop all this nonsense. And you have the responsibility, Listen, no. I'm not fighting anybody. It's just that you people don't want to speak the truth. I'm not fighting anybody. I want us to be realistic. And I've stayed quiet for too long. I want you to understand something. You can have a group. And then you say that you have this group push will help you. That's true. But you cannot say a group that we know who owns that group. People have called post name here. They call Chris Anu when they used to have that issue with this other guy, whether he's in South Africa or where. You hear with the issue between Red Dragon and the ADF. Tapang did not feature. Until Tapang thinks that his conspiracy theories are work until he's saying that he owns Red Dragon. If you contribute, you want to help Tapang to succeed in America, you can give your money to Tapang as Tapang Ivan. Not as somebody who owns the Red Dragon. Tapang has nothing. He knows nothing about any force on the ground. I can tell you this authoritatively. I can tell you this, and if we don't want to support the truth, this revolution, we will not go as fast as we want. The Red Dragon has no connection with Tanku, and he should. I want to say this very clean and clear. I respect all the activists, and you want to ask yourself that. Look at the confusion that is in the act now. Sokadev is no longer there. Now you heard, most of you must have listened to the audio that Comrade Ebenezer released about Comrade Ayaba. It's shocking, but it's not different from what I've been saying. You want to ask yourself that why is it that of all the leaders in this struggle, why am I always talking about Ayaba? And sometimes now I'm talking about Tapang. I talk about Mark, but in a reserved manner. I only talk about Kapo because he tried to write rubbish. Why? Ask yourself that question. It's because these people, they have serious issues that the Ambazonian community must tackle. Now, I'm sorry to say this. There can never be sincere unity from the standpoint of Ayaba. Ayaba has made up his mind to ensure that he destroys unity in this struggle. I think what I see is that Comrade Ayaba thinks that if he doesn't lead, nobody can lead. And I urge the interim government to work a collaborative platform with Dr. Akwanga, who seems somehow sincere. But as far as Ayaba is concerned, I want to say that before the Unity Conference or Collaboration Conference in Canada, I was going to support it. Listen, I have my mind open. I don't have problems with nobody. I speak the truth and I die by it. I have the function and the mandate to control the dynamics of this struggle towards the path of truth and unity. And I want to say that the collaboration conference in Canada should be cancelled. These leaders should first of all meet and talk. In fact, I am challenging Akwanga, Sako, Ayaba to come on my live show. I want to interview, I want to ask them in front of Ambazonians what is really their problem with unity. I will start taking them next week before they go. If that company has to ever hold, it should start here on my page. I hope they are watching. If you are listening, I want Comrade Akwanga and Sako and Comrade Ayaba. Let them come to my live show. I want to ask them questions one-on-one, and you look at their faces when they are answering me. Because we have had this attitude of divide and rule. Look at what this other fake profile they call Sheep Nabi World post on social media. After the Uganda writing my name. Completely divisive. Every time the ID is this, I told him that you are ridiculing Comrade Ayaba. Why is it that you always trying to attach importance to this man? Every time Comrade Ayaba don't they see ID? All that thing is nonsense. I want to ask you a question. Just recently, we had, sorry for that interruption. Just recently we had the ADF said that they bought some equipment, which is good. I want to ask now Comrade Ayaba. All this while they've been fighting, we have people fighting in Moyoka, Ekona, Kumba, and the rest. Bring those weapons that you have purchased. Let them put catches and bomb this military. But we're not seeing the weapons. But we only see weapons on Facebook. You post your weapons, and the next minute you're asking for donation. We are not supposed to live like this. I've said that if we want to succeed, we must work as a team. We must stop this backbiting. We must stop all this divide and rule. Please, please, I've said this to my brother. I've said it that he should hands off talking about Red Dragon. He knows nothing about Red Dragon, and he has been doing it. We thought that it was propaganda, but now he's taking advantage to exploit the few people who are still stupid. We will not have, listen, we will not have anybody try to stagnate this struggle by one bit. Look on social media, even those Ambazonians who used to be against us, they are no longer talking because they know that anytime we can deal with them. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. Somebody says that I'm an IG surrogate. Well, the definition of surrogate simply means representative. I don't represent anybody. Surrogate does not mean a supporter. Go and read your dictionary. A lot of people, you don't know nothing about the things you write. I will never be anybody's representative. I talk in my name as Eric Tato. I don't support nobody. That's why I made contributions last time across the board. And I still urge that the only reason why I talk that the IG is because people know very well that there is a government that is legitimate that we recognize. Okay, look at something. You see people like Tapang and Kapo Daniel and the rest, they will say that it's interim for what? Interim government. How? What is interim? You see how dull, stupid, and myopic Tapang and the other people have become. When they were in charge of the consortium, the interim consortium, what happened? Everybody was supporting the consortium. This struggle was going ahead. The Tapang's problem is that he wants that he should be in the IG so that when they want to sign a document that they should go stand tomorrow, his name should be there. That's what he wants. So long as he sees that he's no longer in control, he wants to destroy everything. Ask Mark Barita. When Barita was going astray with Tapang, I called Mark. Mark will tell you, Mark is an honest guy, he's going to tell you. I told Mark, you're my brother. Tapang is my brother. But listen, leave Tapang alone. Go online. The first live video ever organized by Barita was initiated by me, Eric Tato. I say it in confidence and with all pride because Mark is an honest guy to an extent. Although because he's playing romance with Ayaba. I told him that go live, apologize to Ambazonians. I tell up what he was going to say. That Mark apologize to Ambazonians and make sure that he forget about Tapang. Look at this, the way Mark has structured this revolution now. If he stands firm to defend the truth and to kick out some of these people who come to say rubbish on social media, if Mark comes and says, Tapang, stop this rubbish about claiming to be Red Dragon when you are not, Tapang will never do. It's because when I say it, Mark comes and tries to play game. Tapang thinks that, I have a thing that they have a support with Mark Barita. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. So I want to say that people should understand one thing. I'm not doing this. I do this at the end because I wanted us to reason out as brothers. They have killed more than 3,000 people. We have our people displaced, and the focus now is disrupting this Mr. Bia's 12 billion gambit. It's not all these conspiracy theories. It's not Red Dragon has done this. Red Dragon is an early Scott of the ADF. The ADF is doing this. This one is doing that. Oh, we have to donate this. No, we should stop this thing. Is Tapang not working? Why would Tapang also donate to this struggle? In America, you can have 2 simple jobs and you earn about $4,000 a month. You can remove from there, you remove $500, donate for a cause. You can decide to say in 3 months, I want to keep $5,000 to give Ambazonians. You put it there, let people see. It's not too much money. It's not too much money. I want us to let's touch our consciences. Let's look at the direction of this revolution. I want to say it, and I want to be quoted anywhere. Listen, if the collaboration conference has to hold, we must first of all put the leaders on deck. Listen, Siva Abeto, I am not discrediting anybody. What I'm saying is the same thing I say about La Republic. That Mr. BR is this. It's the same thing I'm saying. Why didn't you say I was discrediting BR for speaking the truth that they're killing our people? No, I'm not. Some of you will be shocked that what you talk about the 2 million my trip to Boya, that money, even half of that money has not been raised. I have figures. And that's why I'm urging the interim government to put out those accounts there so that people should see. Somebody said that, I want to reply to a few comments here, that I'm jealous. I begin to wonder that what could possibly be the reason for jealousy for a man like me, for an activist like me. I'm happy that our brothers, when they do the right thing, I cannot be jealous of people that have been defending. They took Tapang to court. I came and defended Tapang. It was not a pretense. It was a fact that we don't think that these things should be going on between us. So I want to urge this, my brother, to stop this nonsense about Red Dragon and the conspiracy theories. He's always writing one thing. Now, Tapang is with Ayaba. They are gaming up, according to them, want to overthrow the interim government. But it's not going to happen. So long as I'm here and the 8 million Ambazonians are here, all what you are doing is waste of time. Now, I think I'm done with that Red Dragon part and I made myself clear. And I want to say that anytime Tanko will come online to talk about Red Dragon, I will come the next minute to tell him what he has not heard before. With that said, I want to conclude by talking about CAF. This is the last thing I want to say. You are all aware that the Nations Cup is approaching. And the Republic, apart from raising 12 billion for the refugees as they are talking, it could also be that part of that money, they need part of that money to do their things for the Nations Cup. Just to tell you that how can a government sign, a president will sign an emergency relief plan and is hoping for people to contribute. I thought that when BR says that he wants to give 12 billion, the money is already available. Do you remember some many millions or billions that they gave to schools some time ago? Where is the money? Nobody has received one dime from that money. So it's just to tell you the thievery, how bad this regime has become. Now, this is a message to all the CAF players, all African players who would want to come and play either in Ambazonia or in Cameroon. I want to say that we are at war, and you cannot. The CAF should listen. You must cancel that competition in Ambazonia and in La Republic, because we are going to come after those stadia that have been constructed with our money from the oil, because part of the money that La Republic contributed in the construction of those fields came from our timber, our rubber, and all of those. So we are going to destroy those fields, those stadia. So any CAF player that is coming will be at risk. And secondly, any player, whether from Nigeria, from Egypt, any country that's qualified to come and play this tournament, if you come in 2019 without an Ambazonian visa or pass, you will be arrested. I mean, you'll be arrested for violating immigration rules in Ambazonia. We will arrest any player. I mean, like, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Any player that will come there, CAF should take special note that we are at war. And if we have any player come there without express visa from the community of Ambazonians, will be arrested. And when we arrest you, you'll be detained. I want us to listen very attentively. If you come there without a visa, the Nations Cup cannot hold in either in Ambazonia or in Cameroon, in La Republic. We will disrupt it to full capacity. I want to assure any player that's listening to me, if any player comes to Ambazonia or to La Republic for Nations Cup, we will arrest them. We'll go to the hotels that you are lost and we'll tell you that these countries are at war and Nations Cup cannot play. So BR should not be doing things, say, oh, they want to release our leaders, they are trying to make us. There is war in those two countries. And we are beginning to take the fight across the Mongol. So any player that will come there will be a collateral damage. Because some of our major targets will be those stadia that have stolen our money to build. We're going to make sure that we destroy them. So if you are a player on the pitch, you can be taken by a stray bullet because fighting is going to be going there. Listen very attentively. When I talk, some people say you are joking. You know, remember, I want to keep reference. When I told Mengo that if he doesn't desist from his gambit in Yaoundé, we're going to burn down his house. And we did that because that house was keeping weapons. And we burned it down because he had weapons in that house. Today, I'm saying that the US government should take note that I am saying that even if it's America that's supposed to go and play World Cup in Cameroon or Ambazonia, we will arrest American players. Nobody has the right to come to another person's country without permission. I'm here in the US. I'm legalized. I'm legal in this country. I am registered, known with full-fledged documents in this country. I cannot stay here without permission. So if you go to Ambazonia because you think that you want to pass through BR, BR is not the president of Ambazonia. We have a president. And so if you go there as a player, we will arrest you. Trust me. We will arrest you and then teach you a lesson according to our laws and regulations. So there is no Nations Cup in that country or in those countries. There are two countries and one has been brutalized and we are waiting for the right moment to go to the other side. And that moment is when Nations Cup will come. All these francophones that are watching and are saying that, oh, you are joking, you are this, I will teach you that I don't joke. Just wait. I want to assure you that Nations Cup will not play. It will not come any inch close to Limbe. It will not come to Victoria. It will not come. Listen, quote me anyway, my name is Eric Tato. Nations Cup will not come to Victoria. It will not even come. Where would they stay? Where would they stay? How would they play? We will arrest any player. You see, since we had this trouble, have you seen any player talking? Have you saw Eto went back? Why did Eto not come to Amazonia? We would have killed him and nothing would have happened. So any player who thinks that we are joking, we are at war, and we will not have any player come to Amazonia for Nations Cup. We will not. Amazonia, Cameroon, the fields, the stadiums that have been constructed in the Republic, they use our money. And we will not allow them. All those young Grand Zero, take special note. I've told you a couple of things to do, and I'll come on more up to give you instructions. For those of you in Kope Manunguba, you know what to do with those elites. Those of you in Manu, you know what to do. Those players who are planning to come, they know what we'll do. It's just to tell you as a signal for those of you who are coming out of the country for that Nations Cup that if Mr. BR can postpone or is planning on postponing the elections, it already tells you that there is trouble in that country. So urge CAF now to take that Nations Cup to another country. Because if we don't have independence, no ball is going to play anywhere around the Republic of Ambazonia. Nobody, not one day. Listen, we will burn down players in the field if they get to Ambazonia. If you want to try and see. We will not allow it to happen because they cannot be killing our people and you are coming to play football. Football is supposed to be peace, and until you start talking and letting the international community understand, we will not allow you to play in our country. You come to Ambazonia, bring your visas. You go to the interim government, take your visas. If you don't have a visa, you will not enter Victoria. You will not enter. If you enter illegally, we will treat you how illegal immigrants are being treated. That is the message. That is the message. That is the clean message. Now, some people joined me when I talked about this 12 billion Gambi. I've given specific instructions that we respect the bishops, the priests, but we also appreciate the gifts that have been given us, and we love it and we accepted them with one heart. But they should not interfere in this gambit of Mr. BR. No bishop or priest should take anything from BR to give the population. If any bishop does that or any priest, I have ordered that such people should be killed at once for taking poison to give the people of Ambazonia. If you are chief, community leader, or anybody stands to represent you, of course, the Republic does it and shows it on TV. We also know within our communities, if any chief, any leader, delegate, whosoever who will stand to take gifts on behalf of Ambazonians, do not hesitate to burn down that person's house and kill the person at once. If they ask you, tell them that Eric Tato told you to do that. It is self-defense, and the International Criminal Court of Justice would have held me responsible if I did not assist my people by teaching them what to do in times of war. It is your right to make sure that you teach the people the right thing to do. One last thing, one more thing. All the bridges, major bridges linking Ambazonia and La Republique should be brought down. We have major bridges from Kumba. Cut all those bridges linking communities. If you have the means, cut all of them down. Those bridges are going to be rebuilt after independence. We're going to rebuild those bridges after independence, because this is what we should do. The struggle is real, and I think that I've been talking for the last 1 hour, 21 minutes. I have 9 more minutes to leave this show, and I pray that all of you should get a sense, of purpose, focus on what I've said. Some people continuously, because we try to keep you on the track, you want to kill the very government that other governments are begging to negotiate with. I want us to hold our fire. I want us to hold our calm. I want us to play unity. That is the most important thing. And of course, we already know what is right. There is nobody who can deceive Ambazonians anymore. And so we continuously fund Ground Zero. But if we have all this fund coming through one central body, and this money is being disbursed to other bodies, it's going to make the struggle most effective. Most effective. So this is probably what we're going to say here and end here for today. But I've already said it, and I'll continue to say it, that there is no way you're going to watch any elite priests take those things from BR to come and give us. If you see any priest, anybody representing a community, make sure you do not hesitate. You do not hesitate to deal with that person. God bless you and have a wonderful day.